All right, what's up? So you read the title right. That I had to talk about this because it's too fun not to. So this right here is the Lifin, I believe is how you pronounce it. I might be completely wrong, but it is the Lifin Smart toothbrush, and it genuinely feels like something Apple would make. Now, this is not an Apple product, but you'll see what I mean in just a second. So let's open it up, and I just want to talk about it. And hey, maybe you'll feel compelled to get one of these as well. So let's hop right into it. All right. So this toothbrush, let me tell you about it while I'm opening it here. Now, this toothbrush is the titanium spec, which I know is basically overkill for a toothbrush. However, it's made so incredibly well. Now, this thing is cold to the touch when you first pick it up, and it feels, dense, right? So this model here specifically comes in at about $160. It is currently sold out, however, they will be back soon. And it is also IP67 rated, meaning it is resistant to splashes if you get it a little bit wet while you're brushing your teeth, whatever it might be. But there is no dust certification, so just, keep it away from all that stuff. Now, I'll explain this more in a moment, but there is actually a MagSafe charging connector down here. So let's set this aside for a moment and lift up the package underneath, and you'll see down here, we have a couple things really. We have some toothbrush heads as well as some documentation. So let's start with the documentation because that's going to help us understand a bit more about these heads here in a second. So basically, very simple stuff, just a few different things telling you like how to attach the toothbrush head that is, and different stuff like that. So we'll come back to that in just a moment, and you can see underneath here, there's actually a really awesome charger. Now you'll see it does come with a USB-C to USB adapter, which honestly could be useful for many different kinds of things, but this charger right here specifically gives some crazy Apple vibes. Now this thing is braided just like the Apple cables. It has USB-C on one end and then actually MagSafe on the other end. So the way this functions is if I just hold up the toothbrush here, it literally just magnetically attaches like that. It's easy to pull off from the sides, but it's harder to pull off from the back. And I mean, that's literally how you charge a toothbrush. And then of course you'll plug the other end into a USB-C cable. Or if you don't have a USB-C cable, you can plug it into this adapter here and then just plug this into a USB brick, whatever you might have around. Now, the next thing we have in here is the toothbrush heads, and of course they're a little bit difficult to get out, so we're just going to do it like this. But these are well, number one, this is a really nice case to hold them all, right? But basically you can see there's four of the same head and then two different ones. Now, sometimes they're a little confusing to understand, so what you can do is kind of go back through the different pieces of paper, and it'll tell you exactly what each head is. So as you can see right here, the four white ones right here are just typical gum care. The blue one right here is a super clean, and then the purple one right here is an ultra whitening type head. So there's little details about each one, and then really this kind of just unfolds into a bunch of different kinds of information. And you also have a quick start guide for like brushing your teeth, stuff like that, as well as featuring an app. Now the app isn't absolutely necessary. You download it and it gives you some extra controls over the toothbrush to kind of have it however you may want to have it. But for now, I'm going to grab the polishing toothbrush head, and then we'll stick this away. And something I somehow just didn't understand the first time was make sure the little black dot on the little toothbrush actually lines up with the dot that's right there. But once you do that, it will just slide right on like that, easy peasy. And as you can tell, because it's more of a rectangular shaped head, instead of kind of going in circles, it actually oscillates left and right like this. Now, like in the app, you can go in and further control like vibration speeds, how far you want this to oscillate, and also the strength of it, stuff like that, as well as obviously get an easier reading of battery life. And yeah, you actually have to put this one in airplane mode, when you're going on an airplane, or if you just kind of don't want it activated, you can also do it like that. But yeah, very, very cool, very interesting toothbrush. Obviously, the titanium is completely not necessary for a toothbrush, but I mean, the fact that you can say you have a titanium toothbrush by itself is just awesome. I will also mention as well, because of that IP67 water and dust rating, This is actually a fully enclosed body, meaning even the button right here is not necessarily a button, as more of a just kind of touch, sensitive layer. And I find it interesting because sometimes you kind of like, it takes a minute to sort of understand how to turn this on, because sometimes I'll just go right into holding it down. But all that does is wake it up. As you can see, the lights are kind of flashing. Well, you might not be able to see, but they are flashing. But after you wake it up, you then hold it a second time. And as you can see right there, that's it working. So the coolest thing definitely is just that back and forth oscillation, because now I'm not a dentist, obviously, but dentists do recommend that when you kind of put it against your teeth, that sort of flick motion kind of cleans it better. So the fact that this is kind of doing that for you, allegedly makes it, even more effective. But I have to say, using this for about 2 weeks now, I mean, it's been an amazing clean every single time. I'm always impressed with this thing. Now, in a while, I'll definitely give a bit of a recap, how it's holding up, how it continues to function, and stuff like that. Now, I will also mention as well, you can buy, replacement heads, of course, if yours are getting worn out or broken, or you just want to get some extra spares, whatever the case might be. But hey, that's been it. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. This one was so much fun to make, and to be honest, I mean, this is an awesome toothbrush, but hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, as it helps me out a ton. And I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. So yeah, bye guys.